So Jeff, you're a writing teacher, but you're also a published novelist. So let me ask you, with AI, um, how do you think AI will affect creative writing, like short stories, poetry, and even long form, like novels?
That's a good question as well. We're learning a little bit at a time. One of the things that stands out to me is how quickly uh, it can produce content. So if you ask it to write a story in seconds, it will come up with at least a plot. Right now, with stories, it seems extremely basic. So it doesn't get into creating character. It doesn't do dialogue very well. It focuses on a basic plot line and gives you a beginning, middle, and end. And that's not really what novelists do, what professional writers do. But with poetry, it can write a poem that is very beautiful in seconds. And uh, poetry isn't my focus, but that is pretty astounding to me that it's learning how to use things like meter and concrete imagery and theme and putting them into a poem that seems to be effective. I don't know if AI will ever replace creative writers. That's what we're waiting to see. But again, I'm hearing that some people are using it as a tool when when they get stuck and they don't know where their novel is going next. They've been plugging in different prompts and seeing what AI comes up with. And you could do it so quickly and so easily that even if it gives you 100 horrible ideas, but one good idea that can help you, I mean, that can be done very quickly. So again, it can be used as a tool. I wonder what it's going to mean for poetry. I don't think AI will ever completely understand the human experience the way we do as human beings. But it can fake that. And as this gets more advanced, is it going to take the place of creative writers? I don't think so, and I certainly don't hope so. We have to wait and see. I really don't know what to expect.
Yeah, likewise. The only dark side of it that I can see, that I think about, is like you said, it will never replicate you know human poetry. Like, it will never be
Right.
able to. But on the other hand, what if we start to become more, our thinking becomes more like machine thinking? See, right now there's human thinking and machine thinking, and they're not, you could tell the difference. But
Yeah.
we think, it seems to me that we're starting to think a little bit more like the machines. We write the way the machines want it to be written, in terms of what keywords, in terms of getting into algorithms. It's sort of like we're now writing for the machine. So
Mhm.
think about will we start to think more like machines? If that's the case, then what AI is producing will be fine for us. So it's hopefully it will be us that doesn't change as the AI gets more sophisticated. If we can keep our humanness and our human way of thinking intact, then there'll always be a difference. We just have to not start to think more like machines, I think, to to keep the difference. It's on us. The machines
Yeah.
are going to just get more and more sophisticated. We have to remain human in our thinking, in our acting, and the way we are. We can't mimic the machines, which I hope we never do. That makes
I
sense.
think you make a great point that, yeah, we are learning from the machines just like they're learning from us. I think that's an excellent point that we don't think about a lot, but you're right. The machines have changed our writing. It changes how we operate and how we even word things, how we think. So maybe it doesn't have to be something so negative. Maybe it could be something positive where AI and human beings learn from one another, and something it produces something even better, or at least something different and interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll close by saying to you, Jeff, it was a little bit of wrangling our schedules to get together to talk,
Mm.
but I wouldn't replace it with talking to a computer for anything. The idea
Right.
that we get to talk, even though we're using technology as a way to do so, we are still talking together as two human beings, communicating, exchanging ideas, learning from each other in a very human way. And if there was a writing teacher, if there was a AI writing bot that was better than you at teaching writing, I wouldn't want to discuss this with that machine. I would still want to discuss it with you. So I think there's a lot there on our side to stay connected. There's a lot of reasons to stay connected and think like humans and communicate like humans and emote like humans, because that's all we really have. The machines are just like hammers, and they're just tools, and it's us that we have to stay connected to each other. So on a higher note, because AI is very strange right now, I'm glad to hear people like yourself, people in the humanities, trying to figure out a way how to use it, but to keep the humanness of what they teach and how we learn. So it was great having you on, Jeff. I appreciate it. And I know you have your work cut out for you. And I hope you keep fighting the fight of figuring out how to use these tools in the most human ways possible. We need you out there. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. It was a pleasure talking to you.
You got to talk to you soon.
Okay.